great toys like this and more, head over to Big Bad Toy Store. Click the link in the description below.
What's going on, guys? T2RX6 here, back for another Transformers review, and today we're taking a look at the third-party Ironfactory EX-11 Evil Lord, and this is a character I am super excited to own, just because I don't have an Overlord, and, you know, this guy just really hits the mark for me. It's a shame he's so small. I feel like, you know, I kind of want to get the other small guys, but it's a can of worms I don't really care to go down. He's perfect if you're the type of person who collects the smaller scale things, like here's that Optimus Prime pen, and I think the size difference between them actually looks good. I don't think it looks terribly off. I think he also looks good with like the hybrid styles and stuff too. Yeah, looks really good. Nice little Overlord here. Now some of these guys came with a sword, some of them didn't. I think it was like a first release type thing. Anyway, mine doesn't have a sword, so oh well. He does come with the gun, and he does come with the shield. Of course, you need them both for his alt modes. But here he is, and let's take a look at his articulation here. Head is on a ball joint. Super paint job. I mean, these little cannons here all painted. That's pretty impressive. Most people don't do that. I gotta say, top-notch paintwork by Ironfactory. Not a ton of paint, but enough of it to really make it stand out. I mean, you know, some people would have left that wings black and hoped for repro labels or whatever. Shoulders are on a ball joint. Good articulation on them. You do have the bicep swivel. You do have an elbow joint. And that's it. Coming down to the waist. No waist swivel. But that's okay. I suppose because of these big black pieces here, they keep you from actually being able to rotate that at all. Down to the legs here. The thighs are on what looks like a ball joint, but it ends up being a swivel, like a T-joint here and a swivel. A knee joint, very good. You do have, of course, the thigh swivel here, also part of transformation. And coming down to the legs, you do have the rotation of the foot. And I thought it had, yeah, you have a little bit of an ankle tilt because it is on a ball joint back there. Nothing amazing, but it works. So yeah, you already saw that he looks good next to, you know, like that pen Optimus Prime. So let's just go ahead and get him transformed. I'm going to start by taking these wings off. When he comes out of the box, the wings are up here, but you can't plug the shield in with the wings there, so I just store them on the legs there. So anyway, we start by pulling an old Megatron and ripping his torso in half. There we go. Put his little nubs down like that. Flip his head around like this. And then we'll come to his hands here. We'll go ahead and fold them on in on each side here. Just like so. We got that. So now we'll take these and we'll bring these up, and you can see you've got tabs here and slots there. So we'll go ahead and tab this on in. Just like so. And like so. And for the most part, his jet is done. We're just going to take his shield here, pop out this little swivel joint here, which is the hardest thing in the world to get out unless you read the instructions, and it's the easiest thing. But you clip that in there, and you close that on up. There we go, we pretty much got his jet. We'll take our wings back now and plug them on in. And you even got a little landing gear here that you can fold out. It looks pretty good. I mean, that's not a bad looking little jet. I could use a little like stand to actually display it or something, but it looks good. From the bottom, it's most definitely Overlord with a, you know, wings on the side and his head, but whatever. It works and really, really well. And what I meant by this coming off is trying to get it off of here is a little bit difficult. Yeah, so you have to make sure you have the instructions there when you're doing it for the first time, so you actually understand how it disconnects. So anyway, let's put that to the side. Well, I'll show you how to get that off after. We'll go on to his legs now. So we'll pop off these little gray bits, and we pop off these blue ramps. Just like that. The only thing that I don't like about this figure is that you do have pieces that just have nowhere to go in any mode. Anyway, we'll take these and we'll fold them on closed. And they should tab in, assuming his leg is in the right position. There we go. Just like that. There we go. Take his little purple feet and fold them down. We'll take the gun, fold the handle in, and put this in like that. And then just put this together. Just like so. You got a nice little tank. And you pop out these little handles here, which do flop around very easily, but they serve their purpose just fine. Plug that in. And eventually we'll get the handle to plug in here, if I'm not completely incapable. There we go. Plug it in, and there we go. We got a nice little tank. It does not have any wheels or anything, so it's just going to sit there. You can move the turret up and down. It doesn't spin around or anything. But there you go. You got a tank and a jet, and that's what Overlord needs to do, and I'm happy. You do have these two pieces here. It would have been nice if there was some way to just kind of integrate them. I suppose you could maybe, I don't know, you could maybe peg them into his nubs and make them like skids or something, but I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and put him back into his robot mode here, and then we'll do his base mode. I'm not going to show from base mode back to robot mode because essentially it's a very similar process. So I'm taking apart the tank here. We'll just put that to the side. Flip out the foot there. Flip this on down. Just like so. Do it again for this side. Just like that. Just like that. We take our little leg pads here, and you can see we have a tab and a tab there. That helps make sure you get it the right way. So there we go, just like that. Once again, now the tab is on the bottom and the peg on the top. And there we go. Just like that. And I forgot these little things. We just put them right on the back here. And they just peg right into these little tabs here. If we can get them in there. Of course we can't because we're on camera. There we go. Just like that. Alright, now we'll come to the jet. Again, I take these off and I just store them on the legs. I think it just is the best way to store them unintrusively. Just like that. And we'll come to here, and this is where you need to see the instructions. So, the instructions tell you to take it, pop it off at like an angle like this, and then push it. And you'll hear it just unclip, and it just came right undone. So I'll show you one more time here. Hopefully you guys get it. So when you have this like this, you want this forward, and then just kind of push it towards his head this way at an angle, and it unclips. One more time, I suppose. So I'm trying to show every angle like this, and it just unclips just like that. Pretty easy, much less stressful than trying to get it out any other way. Anyway, here we go. We'll fold his little nubs down. Plug that in. Flip out his hands. And there we go. There's Overlord back in his robot mode. Actually, this is not quite his robot mode. I just realized I've been displaying him on my shelf wrong. This is supposed to be out like that. Now he's in his robot mode. Anyway, let's go ahead and we'll take him to his base/city mode, and we'll be done with this review here. So the first thing we're going to do is once again rip his legs off and bring them forward just like that. We'll take these little purple bits and we'll angle them on down. Then we take his fists, we'll fold them away, just like that. And you can take these and just rotate them straight back now, just like this. Now the instructions will tell you that if you have these on, to have these angled back just like this. Alright, sorry for the jump there, I had to sneeze. Anyway, have them angled straight back, just like that. The opposite way. I was looking at him backwards here. So now we'll take this and we'll fold this on open, just like so. And his head should be looking at the ground. And that's pretty much the base of the base. And we'll take this and we'll plug this on in to here, just like it's going to be in airplane mode. And then what I usually find, because this thing kind of bounces around a lot, if you want to put it back like the instructions seem to say, and maybe I'm just seeing the drawing a little bit wrong, but it flaps around a lot, you can move his head up to support it a little, but it doesn't seem to work. So what I always do is just fold it on up to the top, and it seems like that's how it should be, but the instructions do tell you to do it like this. So anyway, put it up at the top there, and for the most part you should be much happier with how it sits. So once you got that, we'll come down to the legs here. Oh, before we do that, we have one last piece that was in the box. Again, a shame not everything integrates into here, but when you put his little leg nubs the right way, this will go and peg right into there to complete the core part of the base, just like that. So now we'll come down to his little legs. We'll pull these things off of here, take the plates off. Now they tell you to take these and fold them down to the side, just like this. Make a little like square out of it, and then you can take these and fold them on in, just like so. So we have those. Now we'll take these, and as far as I see, there's no real rigid connection between them. You just kind of put it together. So these little tabs here are supposed to kind of sit in these grooves here, and it doesn't necessarily happen too well. And then the other side just kind of connects to this. And I can't figure out if these are supposed to, you know, somehow support this, or how exactly this is supposed to go in. I don't really see anything there. So as far as I see, you just kind of support it on here and just kind of, you know, put it in there whatever way you feel looks best. So did I get on this side? And I do find that sometimes when I'm trying to do this, you know, one side will plug in and the other side will fall out, and then you'll plug the other side in and the other side falls out. So you have to be a little bit careful there. And then all they tell you to do with these now are, again, we probably should have done this before, but you can take these and plug them right in here, like that, on each side. There we go. Here we go. And we've got his base, and I guess the only thing left is a gun. So you can go ahead and plug that in anywhere you want. And there you go. You've got all the pieces, and he's actually a little base, just like the real Overlord. And I'm happy. So yeah, it's a pretty great figure. It was well worth the money. Small, certainly small, but he's very cool. So this is T2RX6. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I'll see you next time.